Here's what Georgia is. You're going down the street, you see this house just up in flames, and you're like, man, I think everybody in there is probably dead. And then last second, here comes Georgia strolling out. Oh my God, they survived. Like, there's a few times. Yeah.
Texas is just going to show them how it is. You know, they're not. They've never played anybody. Blah 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 blah.
Do you know the beginning of the year? Like this could be your true Cinderella if they keep it close or win. But you know, at the beginning of the year, in the Big 12 conference, they were picked last.
I heard that.
They were picked to finish last. Game you get 5 days after your bowl game or after your final playoff game to declare for the portal. So
there's a whole bunch of players on these teams that could be still.
Yes.
And that also refutes what Coach Franklin said about how his player had to get on the. Oh my gosh!
He is
so full
of doo-doo. Tennessee pulls this off and has like over 50% fans there. I'll say congratulations. Good job to you. And the crowd will cheer. It'll be amazing. And Ohio State should be embarrassed if that happens.
Well, speaking of that, did you also hear that apparently somebody hacked Apple for Ohio State Stadium?
Really?
And changed the name on Apple Maps to Neyland North?
Oh, my gosh. Change the name to Neyland North.
Change the name to Neyland North. Yep.
I'm probably going to go Notre Dame because Indiana, they're one big good team they play.
Oh, yeah. That does.
Ohio State, and they got rolled, right?
They got rolled. Yeah.
I don't know if Notre Dame is Ohio State.
Notre Dame did have a better strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Notre Dame should go. Live from High Top Scott Social Media Studios in the heart of the Cedar City, America's Music City. This is SEC Football Review with your hosts, Michael Clay and Jared Scott.
Hello, Jared. What's happening, man?
You know, it's one of those special edition shows.
Is it?
It is. It is.
No.
It's championship season. And I've got a little bit of a beef to pick right now.
Oh, man, you want to, you're.
Hey, we only have our imaginary audience right now, so we don't have any of these people live to chat how terrible of a person I am.
Welcome, audience, real imaginary audience. Thanks for showing up tonight.
Come over here, get a little closer, honey. Get a little closer.
There we go. I was looking at that one.
At that one right there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Maybe I was over. Okay. Yeah, so this is show 18. Excited. We're still rolling on, whether people watch or not. But I think we're getting people viewing and
people watching. Well, this is not a regular bat time or bat channel, right?
Yeah, it's a day early, but
but it's the CFP special, right?
Yeah.
Semi-final, Final Four.
Well, no. I think if you want to be honest, we knew doing a live show tomorrow when Notre Dame and when one of the college playoff games, when one of the college playoff games
who's playing tomorrow? Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's not SEC. I don't know. Wow, who cares? Yeah, I don't know.
We don't want to compete with the college playoff, right?
I'm not trying to compete.
Yeah.
But not only that, but I want to watch, right? I mean, I did think about us doing another one of those live shows where we get to watch whatever we're watching and we just talk trash about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Especially a game that's got Notre Dame in it. Since Jason's not joined us on the show today,
I know.
He's slacking off. But it's granted, we didn't broadcast to the world that we were going to do a day early.
No, we didn't.
And so I don't blame them. I'm sure they'll watch it in rerun, and then he'll curse us under his breath.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, you can chat on the. You can put a comment on the video once it comes out, once it's published after the live.
Post transaction comment.
Yeah. But yeah, comment on that. I think it helps. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't hear. Oh, there it is.
I think that we've got this a little low.
Yeah.
Or I've done something wrong here. Who knows?
Cousin Eddie was slow getting there.
He was slow on it.
Yeah,
slow
he
on
sure
the draw.
was.
His Cousin Eddie.
But
there we go. Maybe that's a little better.
There we go. So yeah, man, it's cold
Let's
here.
test it. Oh yeah,
There
that's
it
much
goes.
better.
Yes, Homer,
It's a
I
lot
agree
better.
with you. It's
That's-
cold and it's supposed to snowpocalypse on Friday,
Snowpocalypse.
and I think we're expecting what 4 to 7 inches.
I don't know. Snowpocalypse. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's snowpocalypse for Tennessee.
Yeah. So,
Oh, speaking of, I did bring something to show you.
oh, what do you got?
Oh, where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. Hang on.
All right. What we got here? Is it like a gift?
So the wife and my
Okay.
oldest did their 21st birthday venture
Okay.
to Vegas, and I didn't know about this. There's a place in Vegas called the Mob Museum,
Yeah.
and so these little dudes are shot glasses, and so they are mug shots.
Dude, that's awesome.
So my wife got me some mugs shots. Get it?
Yeah. No, I like that.
I know
That's
it's kind of a
funny.
lame joke, but the cool
That's a
thing
dad
is
joke.
she didn't even know. So let me ask you
Well,
a
it's
question.
actually probably famous mobsters, right?
So have you ever heard of Machine Gun Kelly?
The pop star now. Or
Right. That's
yeah.
who you thought of, right?
Yeah, but he was a mobster. If I'm
You knew,
Yeah,
you knew.
yeah.
So now I've
Yeah.
got my little shot glass here, and this one here specifically, and there's a few different ones. I haven't seen all of them yet because I haven't had time to really get into it. But this particular shot glass is
oh man,
Machine Gun Kelly, and it got a whole little,
It's kind of like stat.
got
Is that
like a little stats
Okay, yeah.
and stuff with pictures of their mob pictures whenever they were arrested.
does that have like his favorite drink?
Well, since I'm going blind, I can't read the damn thing.
It'd be cool. Oh man,
You can't either.
dang!
my
It
glasses.
has his rap sheet. Yeah, kidnapping of oil tycoon,
Oh, so you can read it.
bootlegging, bank robbery, armed robbery. He's nicknamed for his famous weapon, the Thompson submachine
The
gun.
Thompson submachine
Look at
gun.
you! You look intelligent and old with those.
Old.
Or old and
I would have the beat button. You're gonna need the beat button here in a minute.
What the? Oh wait.
That one.
Yeah, because you're gonna cuss
Well,
me.
yeah, I'm gonna cuss you a little bit. So
You mother.
sorry. I just went on a little rampage. I haven't gotten to look at all the shot glasses yet, though.
That's actually pretty cool.
So I
like
thought that's pretty cool and pretty nice little gift for the husband that didn't get to go to Vegas.
When did they go?
Well, see, this is what brought all this up. You were talking about Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to fly back on Sunday
Oh.
or Monday,
So they just got back.
and the flight, it was Sunday. They were supposed to come back Sunday night. Mm-hmm. Their layover was in Chicago,
Oh.
so they got the flight from Vegas to Chicago, and then at 10 o'clock at night, when they were supposed to be arriving, all of a sudden there's a delay,
Really?
and then there's another delay, and another delay. And ultimately, the last delay said their flight was supposed to land at 1:20 in the morning
On Sunday?
on Monday morning.
Oh, well, yeah, Monday morning. Yeah.
Well, maybe it was. Maybe.
Did you have to go get them?
I was supposed to go get them. I'm sitting down at the airport wondering where the hell they're at.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it was Monday. Maybe they were supposed to fly back Monday. I can't remember. It's been a blur this week.
Oh, good gosh.
But
How-
it was Monday because she
Yeah.
had classes on Tuesday morning. People don't care about this.
Yeah,
But
no.
the point is,
Well, I care.
is that she got stuck in Chicago, then had to get a hotel room and stay the night
Oh.
to fly back the next day.
Oh my gosh. So she flew in on Tuesday, like the first day of school, or Monday?
Tuesday, first day of school.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So she was supposed to be.
Man, that's crazy.
Supposed to be teaching and
Traveling,
middle school
flying this time
director.
of
and
year, depending where you're going, man.
It's risky.
Yeah.
I told her next time direct flight.
Now I flew to Panama City last New Year's Eve, but it was great.
Didn't get
57
any snow.
Oh no, 57 minutes, and I was there. It was great. Flying there is awesome. Southwest.
Wow, it's only an hour.
Yeah, man. It was a great flight.
You know, I follow. This is off kilter as well.
No, that's okay.
On Facebook, there is a Panama City Beach 1980s and 90s Facebook group.
Yeah.
That posts pictures from
Yeah.
Club La Vila and from
Dude,
that back in the day. That was the spot, man.
Oh my gosh, it's like for our generation and age. Yeah.
PCB was where it was at, and I'm not talking about like just for Tennessee people.
No.
Like it was MTV, PCB broadcast. It was the thing.
So that's funny you bring that up because I went down there for softball for my daughter. They were already down there and had played in the tournament, and then I called her in the second tournament. Got down there to watch the second tournament through the weekend. But got down there New Year's Eve, and we went to Pier Park with the team that she had just played with, a lot of their parents, and they're from the Chicagoland area. And so I got down there with we went and ate, and then we went to the Pier Park, and they had a bunch of stuff and a ball drop. They had one early, and then they had one later, but I was in bed by 11.
I'm sorry, wait a second. PCB had ball drop? Oh, you're
Yeah.
talking about the New York ball drop.
No, they
PCB had their own ball
their
drop.
own little in Pier Park area where it's
Like a beach ball.
Yeah, well, it was a bunch. They had like 4 nets across the little street area, with full of mini beach balls, and when they finally dropped, man, kids went crazy for them. But
Wow.
so the parents, as the kids, it was real nice. They're running around playing and hanging out with each other, and the parents are just standing around. We were having some beers and drinks. But so to your point that it was all over, these guys are all from the Chicagoland area, and they were like, we got on the topic of Club La Vila, and I think one of them was staying close to it. And we're like, probably ought not talk about the stories.
Well, I thought Club La Vila was out of business. I thought they were closed now.
That one and right beside it was like Spinnakers. Yeah, they're both closed.
And they're abandoned now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They are.
That's what we need to do. Buy Club La Vila and Spinnakers and broadcast our show live from Club La Vila and Spinnakers.
Spinnakers, they said they're turning it into something. Something's
they
bought
are.
up. But now Club La Vila.
Oh boy, we got to buy
man.
Club La Vila. We got to do it quick. I wonder how much they cost. How much we could
don't-
borrow every penny of it. Just borrow it till the hilt.
Dude, it's on the beat. Yeah. There's no telling how much that.
How
even
much
with
is
it abandoned.
Club La Vila?
Yeah. I guess. Look at that day.
It comes
Back
right
in the
up.
day.
This- all the pictures are like from the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I can't imagine the stories the walls could tell.
Oh man, MTV Tower temporarily closed. Was there even an MTV Tower? Is it leveled now? It's probably leveled.
Man, there's no.
Was there even anything there?
Was I don't know, but at one time, man, spring break.
Oh, it
there-
was Party with Thousands, man. That was the
yeah.
pitch. Party
Yeah.
with Thousands.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Can we drop a little pin here? All of our fans are not getting to watch
Now,
this.
one time we stayed at that summit, right next to Club La Vila.
Summit PCB. Huh?
Yeah, it's a big condo building. But,
Oh, it's still there.
no, it is still there. They're fixing it. It looks better in that picture than it does. We just went by.
Oh, you
the
went and
other
saw
day.
it.
Yeah, because you drive. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they're cleaning it up. Yeah, see,
Spinnaker still got the sign up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then Club La Vila should be just, well, you can't see
So
it
that's Spinnaker's. This is Club La Vila over here.
over there. Okay, I couldn't remember which one was.
Maybe we should be showing this to our audience here so they can see.
I would say
That's it right there. That's
anybody
Club La Vila.
watching.
And see the
probably-
sign is gone.
yeah.
Anybody watching, they're going to know. See the sign's gone.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be my my to-do list this week. We'll sacrifice it all. I'll sell my
That'll be our
house.
new
I'll
studio.
sell all of my lots. I'll sell everything I own, so that we can buy Club La Vila
Oh man.
and bring it back. Bring it
We
back.
we'd have to live there too. I wouldn't have nowhere else.
I wouldn't have anywhere
don't-
else to live
yeah.
either. But I mean, hell, that'd be living on the beach. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah. Look at our parking.
I mean, and your daughter's what, teen now?
Yeah.
My youngest is a teen now. I mean,
Yeah.
we just say forget these kids. Let them just go be wherever they want to be. And
They would be there. Their backyards at the beach and the ocean.
and
Like,
it's Club La Vila, the party scene.
well, I don't want them a part of that. No. That's not what I saw. I don't want to think about that.
Well, maybe we need to wait a couple years.
Yeah.
Maybe if it's still available once they're all 18 and out of the house, right?
Yeah, that's our retirement home. We'll have to live together. Old folks home.
We'll retire at Club La Vila.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, let's get our walking sticks and go party at the pool.
Yeah. I don't even know if that pool, like, it's probably got leaks. Like, because it's been empty for a while.
Yeah, and how many hurricanes have come through?
Oh, man. I don't know.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Maybe since this is a football show, maybe we should start talking about a little bit about football.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, this is going to be my little vent rant. So let me.
You want to get into that now? Or do you want me to kind of announce the picks from last week? And
Yeah,
then
that's fine.
'cause we
Let's
might get in a
talk about
rabbit
how
hole.
much of a loser I am again. That's fine. You do
I
that.
have a feeling that whatever you're, because you just told me you had something to show me.
well,
and
I wanted to
so-
do my rant before we actually get viewers, but we didn't really announce the show. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
Maybe-
they'll see it when when it's published tomorrow.
Yeah, who knows?
All right, so we had our picks from last week, the quarterfinals, college football quarterfinals. It's up there on our board. Hadn't put one up in a while, but
I think it's because I dropped the ball on that 1 week.
yeah.
So
So we had. I think we know who Blank is by now. He won. He went 3-1. He
Blank.
definitely picked
Do we
Notre Dame.
suspect that Blank is our Notre Dame fan? Did he pick Notre Dame?
Yeah, he picked Notre Dame, and also
Did
one
he
of the.
pick Notre Dame to go to the national championship and win it
Yes.
all? Okay,
Yeah.
that's him.
Yeah,
Yep,
one of the
that's Jason.
survey
Thank you,
questions.
Jason. We know
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah,
Just because you put blank doesn't mean we
Yeah.
don't know who you are.
and you didn't lose. You're there tied for second at 2-2 with old man Bob Sully, B12. Y'all both went 2-2.
It's not too bad.
And then there's a log jam for last place with me, Reagan, and Hood, the other Jason. We'll call him Hood.
Well, maybe since Jason, our Irishman, is doing so well, maybe I need to start rooting for other people he roots for because, I've seen a few clips that are like, oh yeah, Georgia fans are like, yeah, the Irish have got Jesus, and we've got Mike Bobo.
That's pretty. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well,
You can think Matt.
looks like Jesus won out over Bobo,
Yeah.
which he should every time.
Well, that means that he's going to win the national championship. So I don't know.
It's
I have a
going to
hard
be
time believing
interesting.
that one. We'll see.
Hey, at this point, they look pretty good. So, yeah, that was the picks. I wanted to get that out there. Thank you for everybody that picked through the year.
I need some cheers for the pickers because they've been picking.
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
We need our
Yes.
audience. Needs
where
to,
were you? We're trying to.
they're excited about being involved in the picking.
Yeah, we're congratulating people, and they forgot to cheer.
Yep, sure did.
We'll charge them extra to get in next time. Yep.
Charge them that extra penny from the couch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll be 2 pennies this time.
2 pennies.
So, yeah, that was the picks. You want to go down a rabbit hole? I have a feeling we're going to. Oh, I forgot. No, I'm teasing you. It better be good, whatever this is. People are going to be let down. Also, one of the survey questions was, what was something, what was it, that stuck out to you about?
Yeah, what are
football.
your feelings about the college football playoff?
We had an answer. One was fantastic. That was our Notre Dame fan.
I'm sure it was.
One was confusing. The ranking and seedings in the first round were a little
Yeah,
confusing,
it was a
which
little confusing.
And then another one was the committee did a bad job picking the first round. So
Yeah, and that's
That's
what
some of
that's going to be my ventilation here in a
yeah.
second.
So that's probably the general feel. I know I'm fine with whatever happened, but probably needs some tweaking overall. And I think overall there were complaints, but it is what it is.
we'll see.
So yeah, yep. But
We'll see what they come up with. See if they make any changes. Who knows?
yeah, there's gonna be something. whether they announce like this is what we did or it's going to be just kind of quietly they changed it and you'll notice it next year.
And then they stopped screwing the SEC.
I don't think they got messed over. I think it's evident that,
Really?
Yeah. Notre Dame. Well, now Georgia's quarterback was out, but Notre Dame handled Georgia. Tennessee got blown away. And then Texas is still hanging on.
But see, this is where we're going to have this conversation.
All right.
Because my gut feeling is that that the committee and the powers that be decided to make fun of the SEC by giving the SEC teams the hardest games.
I don't know.
Okay, so let's analyze this a little bit before we do. Okay, well, no, let's analyze this.
All right.
So Tennessee got Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Ohio State, even if they had beaten Ohio State, which not only did they get Ohio State, but they got Ohio State at Ohio State, which out of all the games that have happened, I think that is the toughest game out of all of them. Now, granted, they just lost to Michigan, so they look like garbage because they lost to Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you look at all the home fields, I think Ohio State's was the toughest one.
Well, okay, and naturally, though.
And then you would have had to play who? The number one in the country who was undefeated.
Didn't bother Ohio State. Didn't bother them one bit. Matter of fact, it was like another Tennessee to them.
As opposed to Penn State.
Because, hold on
who
here.
Played who? SMU.
Yeah.
And Boise State.
Yeah.
The easiest path.
But, okay, hold on. So I could say.
Second easiest path is Clemson and Arizona State.
Yeah, which is SEC.
Are we really sure that that's SEC, or that's not the committee saying, oh, Texas came to the SEC, look, they got further than all the SEC teams. The SEC is terrible.
But I would argue before it started, people had said Georgia had an easy route. Win two and you're in. And look who they had. The winner of Notre Dame, Indiana, because all of us before Notre Dame, before the playoff, we didn't think Notre Dame was anything. We didn't. No one was picking Notre Dame other than
Jason
fans.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't, yeah.
Jason was picking Notre Dame. Jason, where you at?
Yeah, I know it. But I would also.
I mean, this should be his show today. I mean,
I know it.
That's the game tomorrow.
He may be nervous. Yeah, he's probably.
He's a little anxious about tomorrow.
Yeah, he may be holed up.
I don't think so. The way Notre Dame's playing, they're going to like go through everybody like it ain't nobody's business. And the same thing with Ohio State, Texas. Speaking of, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to get to it. You want to show me?
Oh
this?
yeah. We're gonna. This is thanks to a good friend of mine, that's got a nice little show, and I'll give him some credit here in a second. So,
you know this fella?
No, I dream of knowing him.
You about to start it.
Oh man, I can't even bring it up right. Dadgummit.
I thought you really
there we
knew
go.
this guy. That's funny.
No, I don't know him. I wish I did.
That's it. Our run is officially over. It's the end of an era.
But you know that I'm still in this.
Yeah, but it's your first year here, so if you win it all, it doesn't really help the narrative.
So you're saying that y'all ain't gonna root for me.
You could be here 100 years and people still won't root for you.
If your team were the last humans on Earth, I would root for extinction.
Back it up, boys. This sport belongs to the Big Ten now.
You have once again underestimated the power of M.
Oh, my boy, Drinky.
The Big Ten has been vanquished. More specific.
So real quick,
That's
what I'm
funny.
trying to say is
Yeah.
that, oh yeah, they're saying they're in the SEC, but in a way, this is their first year. And what that really means is that the SEC sucks. And Texas coming into the SEC proves it, because now they're going to go win a national championship now that they're in the SEC.
Nah, I think
Nah, you think Vanderbilt's going to win the national?
SEC is just down. Well, had a down year.
You're such a...
No, I tell you what. No, I think I'm different from most SEC fans in the arrogance, because I'll say SEC fans can, and we rightfully so, because we look at the last 10 years, we have owned it. College football, and maybe longer. You could probably say. I mean, you go back through history, but now we're falling, and it doesn't feel good, and the arrogance is coming out even more, and we're lashing out. Oh, they're blah blah blah, blah. We're just hurt. Our little butts are hurt, and they can't take losing. That's what I think. NIL too helped bring us down. Then the portal made more parity. We said that all this whole
We have
since
been
we
talking about
started
that.
the show.
We've been talking about that
Parity
all show.
probably hurt SEC more than college playoff, more than people.
Well, we
saying they're
talked
getting
about
picked
we
hard,
talked
you
about
know.
the money that's going into these programs. We already talked about
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Did a lot of
yeah.
analysis on that. And it's funny, a friend of mine was like, "Well, Tennessee's got a lot of money." I'm like, "Are you sure about that?"
Oh yeah.
But not compared to others.
What? We just went over what?
They were number 15.
Yeah, but Nico's getting paid.
Yeah, but what Nico's getting paid is a drop in the bucket in how much you've got to pay an entire team. Like, you can't
Yeah.
just have Nico. You got to have an offensive line. You got to have a defensive line. You got to have receivers. You got to have running backs. You got to have linebackers.
Well,
You got to
yeah.
have corners.
It's a team game.
That's right. That's right. And so if you spend all your money on Nico
Well, maybe
and you ain't got lots of money to spend on everybody else, you in trouble.
Yeah. Ah.
And we talked about the stats associated with the whole teams, right? Some of these teams got bukus of money, big time sponsors.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to get a better manage it a little different now. Maybe that's the thing, because they were used to having all the talent, and we'll pay a couple of the big time players under the table. They don't know how to spread it around to everybody yet.
Have
Make
you heard
everybody
about
happy.
the new court case?
No. Is there one?
House versus the NCAA.
What house?
This is actual players, and rumor has it that and the two players involved were actually not even football players. It was an Arizona State swimmer, Grant House,
Okay, yeah.
and Texas Christian University basketball player Sedona Prince.
Okay.
And they sued the NCAA saying they wanted a cut of the action. And apparently, a lot of people are saying that now that this ruling has come down,
Yeah.
that basically it's going to create salary caps.
Oh, they'll have to spread it across all. But hold on though, wasn't
There was some kind of comment about salary
Livy Dunn
caps.
was getting NIL though, right?
Yeah, but Livy Dunn wasn't involved in the lawsuit.
Because she was getting paid. She
Yeah.
was bringing in money, and they paid her. House and Prince there.
They weren't getting paid.
Yeah, nobody. Who knows them?
But what I'm saying is, I think that a lot of lawyers are claiming that this is going to create like a salary cap situation with the schools.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Who knows? I mean, I don't know what law
do you
cases
credit
create.
Pavia's case as being the icebreaker to all these other cases?
Yeah, now everybody's getting in the law game,
Mm-hmm.
the lawsuit game,
Yeah. And I mean, not necessarily for the same reason.
because there's so much money involved, right? I mean,
But
now
money is the reason. I guess you could say it is the same reason. It's money. It boils down. Pavia was wanting another year because he's saying, not exact case, I guess, but boils down to one thing, and that was they want money.
They want money.
So whatever. Is that him? I'll push that button. I'll push
Old
your
Donald,
button.
you pushed my button this time.
Wow, that was weird.
That was weird. That was really weird.
Don't push your button no more.
Yeah, don't push my
I'm
button no
sorry.
more.
Yeah, I won't do that. It made me feel weird. I had to call my mom, tell her how weird I feel.
Feeling a little strange. Okay, so looking at games. Let's start looking at some games
You'll
here.
get into the games and then rabbit hole some more?
Yeah, we'll rabbit hole a little bit more later.
I'm sure we will. Probably do it in the middle of trying to pick these
talking about-
teams.
Okay, so Notre Dame and Penn State. So yes, we do have a survey this week. Yes.
You know, and I haven't. Do you have questions? I haven't even seen the questions.
Well, I try to keep it very simple. SECFootballReview.com.
Yeah.
And then you just click on the YouTube link, or not the YouTube link. If you want to watch the show, that's the YouTube link.
Oh, there you go.
But the survey, and I'm not even going to bring it back up on the screen. I think it timed out.
Oh, okay.
The first question is the same question we had last week, which was who
Yeah.
will win the national championship. The selections are a lot smaller
Yeah, I was
now,
going to say you got less choices.
so your chances are a lot better now than they were before.
To that point, we had kind of all over the board. We had a vote for Georgia, a vote for Oregon, vote for Texas, a vote for Notre Dame. So, yeah, it was kind of, and two of those teams are gone, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And so now we're looking at only 4 teams left. Everybody should know who these 4 teams are now at this point.
Yeah.
Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame. And
You
so
know who-
you get to choose one. And I'm telling you right now, my pick this week for this first question is going to be Ohio State.
You know, lately we've been trying to be different, but I'm going to go back to holding your hand with you on this and picking Ohio State.
I don't see how anybody's going to stop them.
If they play like they have the last 2 games,
They've been playing lights out, man.
oh my gosh, yeah, they play like that, then I mean,
their defense is holding everybody where they can't even get a ball off, and
they're scoring.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy. Their quarterback, I think it was during the Tennessee game, I realized who he was. Well, Will Howard, and his freshman year, he played at Kansas State, and they played Vandy, and Vandy beat him in Nashville. It was the first game of the year for both. I think it was the first, maybe 3.
Well, he's had a turnaround, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, they were talking how good he was. Just a freshman. I remember him. And
And what's his name again?
Will Howard.
Will Howard.
But yeah,
So if Ryan Day wins a national championship, I guess he doesn't lose his job.
well, you know
I think people will forget that loss to Michigan.
yeah, and that's all. Yeah, to me, a national championship. I know rivalry's huge, right? I get it, but that'll wash that away. And of course, the athletic director, he said before the playoffs started that Ryan Day was not getting fired. So I think he was safe. I think he's safe. I mean, I don't think they're going to lose, but I think he's safe even if they lose out, Friday night.
So you said that quarterback's name. I should know that.
Will
I should
Howard.
Know this. Will Howard.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time. Right there.
Oh, and he's a transfer.
Yeah, he played
And you
at
said he was
Kansas.
at Kansas State.
Yeah, see?
And they got the other transfers they got. This is interesting. So they got Caleb Downs, safety. Quinshawn Judkins, he's been making big plays too. Running back. Man, wide, tight end, offensive line, defensive back.
All right.
They got another quarterback too.
Guess look where 5 of those players come from the SEC. You didn't see that, did you?
You ain't kidding.
No. 2 from Alabama.
3 from Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah.
3 from Alabama.
Uh-huh.
So he poached Nick Saban's team. He poached Nick Saban's quarterback.
Yeah.
I guess the backup
a
behind
freshman.
Caleb Milrow. He poached
So-
Nick Saban's offensive lineman.
Yeah. Well, I was a graduate student, so he had to leave. And then a sophomore. Yeah. Dude,
He
I mean,
poached Nick Saban's safety.
yeah. So that just, okay, that goes to our point why the SEC's kind of down.
And he poached Kiffin's
man.
running back.
Yeah. That's right. I do remember him playing at Ole Miss.
Wow.
Yeah, Judkins. So,
Is it DB's defensive?
defensive back from South Carolina.
Shh. See, it goes back to the money. Must be the
Well,
money.
and the talent, I mean, they come out of the SEC.
Oh, but most important of all, he poached a punter from Buffalo.
And not the city, the college.
He poached a punter from Buffalo.
Well, they have a rich history in punting. They produce great punters.
The Buffalo Bulls, baby. Buffalo Bulls punter. Mm-hmm. They've got a rich history in punters, the Bisons.
Yeah. Long tree, family tree.
Oh, my
man.
goodness.
So, question one, yeah, we're going Ohio State, right?
Yeah. I hate this. I hate this.
But they're playing well. Yeah.
You know what? Actually,
is-
now that I think about it, I'm so upset. I'm not sure if I'm more upset about Texas going to possibly win the national championship in their first year in the SEC, or if I'm more upset about Ohio State having a home game where they beat Tennessee.
You're just hurt that you got beat.
I'm just hurt.
Your team got beat. I get it. I can understand
I'm
that.
just booty hurt.
You know,
And then on top of that, to ice the cake, my favorite Vandy coach is now at Penn State trying to win a national championship. I know you're bitter towards him, but he was always my favorite Vandy coach.
I liked him when he was here. He is quite annoying.
sure you
gone.
did like him.
He's quite annoying being gone.
So painful.
yeah.
So painful.
But yeah, Ohio State, I picked them to win in the national championship, and then actually I'm
You
giving
know
away
what?
my.
I'm going to change my opinion. I'm gonna support Jason. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Okay.
Is that going to make Ohio State's number 8? So that would make no.
A 7, yeah.
I don't know that the seeding even mattered
No.
because really the ranking, that the true ranking, not the seed ranking, but the true ranking.
Truth be told, if you look at this, like the final 4, none of them had buys.
That was what I texted you.
You did text me that.
Yes.
So
So the home field advantage got teams
Yes.
energized.
yeah.
And then after home field advantage got them energized, then it was like, oh, guess what?
I am the champ.
Yeah.
Yep. So now all of them are chanting it, right? Because guess what? I got home field advantage.
Yeah.
I won my home field advantage. Every home field advantage won.
Yeah.
Everyone won. And then after they won their home field advantage, they were energized and they came into the buys and then smoked all the buy teams.
Right.
So
Because-
now the question is, should we even have? So here's a question I'm gonna pose to you right now.
All right. I'm ready to answer. What is it? Oh, the suspense.
Should we even have buy games at all? And should the top ranked team get to have a home game right out the gate?
Yes.
And so, like, Oregon should have gotten to have a home game on the first round against the very worst team. That would have fixed all the seeding problems. That would have fixed a lot of things in this bracket.
Well,
A lot of issues that I had with the bracket. And I think we talked about having it instead of having the conference. But see, my emotional side says I don't want to lose the conference championships. And I think the conference championships guarantee you a spot, but they don't guarantee you a bye, and they also don't guarantee you a higher ranking or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, here's what you got to do if you want to take the buys away. You got to go either cut it by 4 to 8 teams, or add 4 to 16.
Boom shakalaka.
That's what they have to do.
Yep.
And my guess is they already kind of knew that, but with how crazy it went this year, here's how we're going to fix it. 'Cause
Oh,
it
then they
meant
get- then they
more
get to
games,
save-
more money. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So
Yeah.
So I mean, to get away. But if you add 16, I don't. That's too many. It's too
a
many
lot of
games.
games.
You got to cut the conference championship out.
Yeah, that's a lot of games.
And then you give, like you said, whoever wins each conference.
Yeah, so
Gets in.
you would win the conference by your number of wins during the season, as opposed to winning the conference by
and
your
you're still
championship
conference
game.
champion. Yeah. You had the best conference record, regular season conference record. You win it, and
I'm
mean-
I'm still emotionally tied to a conference championship game,
Yeah.
and the money's going to be tied to it too.
yeah, but you're
They're
going to
still
make
going
it
to be
up.
tied to it.
If they can figure out a way, and I know that they can, the more playoff games generates more money, and they say, well, this is how we're going to make up to the SEC or to every conference, right? This is how you make up that money. Yes.
So
More
Michael's
teams get
grand
in.
prediction. Hey, committee members.
Oh,
they're
going
your
to
best
16.
friend, right? They're your best friend.
I know them. Not really. Yeah, they're going to 16 eventually. Is it next year or in 2 years? But I think they're going 16 teams.
Well, there's going to be a lot of changes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I personally would like to go to 8. And I think you could keep with 8. You could still keep your conference championship. Figure out a better way to award some things with conference championship, and it not hurt you if you were to lose. Well, unless you had 3 losses or something.
The 3-loss rule.
Because Clemson would have not gotten in.
Oh, the 3-loss rule.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all.
Clemson tried to spend them all. They got lucky. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, because they did actually have 3 losses, didn't they?
Yeah, had they lost the conference championship game, it would have been 4. So,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Bama got upset, got butt hurt because they had 3 losses, but they didn't
Yeah.
win the conference championships.
yeah.
Reagan's not watching.
Well,
either today, I'm sure.
Clemson's losses, 2 of their 3 were to SEC teams, South Carolina and Georgia. So the moral to that story, or the key to that story, if you're going to lose out of conference.
Yeah, especially if you're not in the SEC and the Big Ten.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay, so I told you my emotional change of heart. Are you going to allow it? Because I think I originally clicked Ohio State.
I'm fine with you changing that.
So I'm gonna go with Notre Dame because I'm butthurt about Ohio State beating Tennessee, and I'm not going to go with Texas because I'm butthurt about the fact that Texas is in the SEC for the first time. They're the only one left,
Yeah.
and so I'm not going to be rooting for Texas.
No.
And I'm upset about Franklin going to Penn State, so I'm gonna root for Notre Dame. You know what my wife said? She was shocked that Notre Dame's coach was so young.
Yeah. What is his age? He's 30s, right?
He's in his 30s, and I actually questioned. I was like, that doesn't seem that young.
He played for them, right? I think I remember it. Marcus Freeman, right?
I don't know. Let's see.
think-
Youngest college football coaches. Because my wife and I were talking about this. She's like, oh, well, what's the average? I think the average was like in the 50s or something.
Yeah, it's getting younger, I'd say, though, the average is.
Okay. Well, Division II, they've got one here. Dan Lanning, head coach at Oregon, hired in 2022, was the youngest head coach in college football at the time. Head coach at Division II, on-field coach Charlie Weiss Jr.,
Oh,
offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at the University of
Ole
Mississippi,
Miss.
Ole Miss.
his dad used to coach. He was offense coordinator at Notre Dame. I think he was a head coach for a short time. Charlie Weiss. He coached in the pros, too. Assistant.
This year, Utah State interim head coach Nate Dreeling,
34?
34.
Huh.
And I think that the coach at Notre Dame is like 38. I think that was the deal.
Okay, so he's a little older, but yeah, he's under 40.
And let's see here. 38.
38.
Did I
yeah.
say 38?
Yeah, you did.
Man, I sometimes I wonder my memory's good and sometimes I think it's bad. Somehow I just randomly remember stupid things like that.
Yeah, so
I think that made him the youngest head coach at Notre Dame ever.
yeah, I think he coached there when
He played at Ohio State.
at Ohio State. That's where he played. Okay.
Played at Ohio State, then he played for the Chicago Bears, the Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans as a linebacker.
Yeah. That was all in 1 year.
And he was the graduate assistant at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means that he wasn't
Yeah,
a starter. He was switching teams because he
Late
wasn't.
round, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him though.
Good for him for pursuing and
Yeah.
moving on. He was an Ohio State graduate assistant, Kent State linebackers coach, Purdue linebackers coach, Cincinnati linebackers coach, Notre Dame linebackers coach, and now he's the Notre Dame head coach.
Yeah. I think he took over defensive coordinator in 21 when Clark Lee came to Vanderbilt.
Oh, well, what a tie there.
Yeah. Now, see me weave
Connecting
the
it
SEC
all,
back in.
weaving some SEC back
Yeah.
in. You know what? I'm starting to see a pattern here.
What's your pattern? We're an SEC show.
Everybody's sucking off the SEC. telling
Stealing
you.
from the SEC.
I'm telling you, bro.
Reword that.
It's all about the money in the SEC. Although everybody thinks they got the money, we're in the South, bro. We ain't got the money. We're all broke. We're all getting pennies out of the couches like we do for this show.
Oh, Texas A&M's got a ton of money. They blew a bunch on Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, but Texas A&M is new to the game in SEC world. So is Texas. Oh, wait a second. That's not new enough for you.
Texas-
I remember A&M was the most recent out of the other than the freaking Tech. They're not SEC to me.
They've been in over like 12 years.
I don't care. They're not SEC. To me.
No, me either. If you want to get that,
We're
I told
just
you.
old geezers.
I
that
told
are-
you. I still think that about South Carolina and Arkansas. I
Nah,
remember
we're
when they
both-
came
we're
in.
both a bunch of dang old geezers thinking about, oh, it's the old SEC.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Then some really old geezers going to come in and say, well, the old SEC had Tulane in it, boys.
And Georgia
Well, let me
Tech.
tell you, Tulane and Georgia Tech used to run the SEC, boys.
Well, I don't know about
They really put it down.
Yeah. But I would like to have them back. Those are cool schools.
That's going to be the case at Club La Vida. You and I are going to be sitting at Club La Vida with a bunch of old geezers talking about, hey, the SEC back in the day, boys.
Yeah, this ain't the SEC.
This ain't the SEC.
It'll be like SMU would be in the SEC.
Girl, we don't SEC being in the SMU being in the SEC. I ain't the SEC.
Yeah. Well, I told you it's going to go to the college. Will have two big
I
conferences.
know it. We've already talked about it.
Yep.
Like the NFL,
Instead of
AFC and NFC, it'll be SEC and the Big,
Big
Ten.
Ten, yep.
And there definitely won't be 10 teams in the Big Ten.
the Big 32
Big
or
50.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
They're going to really have to change the football schedule, though. They're going to have to break it out into sub-conferences like they do with the FC and NFC, East and West. And all that
that's what
crap.
they would do. I think that's
Well, you know, Big Ten's already headed in that direction, right? I mean, they've already got both coasts already covered now. So now you'd have a Big
Yeah,
Ten East
yeah.
and a Big Ten West.
yeah.
I don't know how we're going to have an SEC West. I guess we're going to be screwed. We're going to have to bring in Arizona State so we can have an SEC West.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd have Texas right now, and Texas A&M. I mean, that's as far west as they are right now. LSU, Missouri,
Yeah, that's not very west.
Arkansas. It's west from here.
We have to bring in USC and UCLA. Oh, wait a second. They're already in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know,
So-
that's the mistake that the SEC made. So the Big Ten saw the writing on the wall, And they said, hey, we've got to get lots of more markets. And by getting those teams, they picked up the LA market, which is a huge market.
Yeah, but they don't care about college. Didn't we?
Then they
not
picked up Oregon,
now Oregon,
which is a huge market.
you get a good market there. I'll agree with that. And Washington.
But I'm talking about volume of eyeballs, potential eyeballs. And I'm telling you right now, this conference, this playoff system is going to benefit the Big Ten big time. Because now people who maybe never watched before are going to watch.
You think?
Especially from Oregon, from the Northeast or Northwest.
Yeah.
Because Oregon's now in the big run, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Maybe I'm talking crazy.
No, it's a good point, but the SEC's not hurting with viewership.
Yeah, you're not going to. Well, no, I think we've looked at viewership
Yeah,
before.
I mean,
the fan base in the South is
it's
a different beast.
Yeah, they don't have to go all the way out to those markets.
But that's also why the committee wanted to make sure that the SEC had to travel. Because
Man,
they've
you're
already got
cons-
that market.
No, the SEC proved they weren't as good as everybody thought this year. That's why they had to travel, because they
Where's
weren't
the
as
boo
good.
button? Where's the boo button? Boo!
Boo you, not boo. They booing me. You're not booing me, real imaginary audience.
Boo!
I'll boo y'all. No, I'm telling you the truth.
I gotta have some more PBR
There
after
you
Tennessee lost. I should be celebrating Vanderbilt's win.
Yeah, you keep talking about UT losing. I'm happy as a
Happy as a
lark.
lark.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we should have. If it wasn't raining, it would have been a good place to. We need to try to think about that next time. If Vandy
Okay.
goes to another.
Yeah, that would be
If
cool.
Vandy goes to national championship, we're going to definitely figure out a
Oh,
way.
I'll go. I'll say sorry. We can't.
We're going to drop everything.
Yeah,
you
we're
need to
going.
save some vacation days.
Yeah. I'll get sick all of a sudden and go.
Oh, don't tell the. What is it? It's not the water company. Don't tell the utility district.
Yeah. Oh man. So get to the first game, boy. We went down the rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah, we did.
That dang first question threw us for a loop.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, that was good.
It's okay. We've got one viewer. Thank you so much for viewing, whoever you are, viewer.
It's probably one of our parents.
Probably
They love us.
probably your mama or my mama.
Yo mom, not my mama, yo mama.
Your mama, not my mama, your mama.
No, so
Okay,
yeah.
so maybe we should talk about the next question. Actually, get back to football.
Yeah, which I
Okay.
think it's going to be Ohio State.
Was this the next question? Which one was the next question?
Ohio
State, Texas. So I got them out of order because tomorrow night's game.
Let's go with tomorrow night first.
Yeah. So just so you know, on the survey, they're out of order. I don't know that you really care.
Yeah, I don't know. That
Next one on the survey is Ohio State versus Texas. But tomorrow night's game is Notre Dame versus Penn State. And spread on that game, we're looking at my favorite number.
half. Just 1.5, right?
1.5. Bob Barker style, baby.
Notre Dame favored by 1.5.
Favored by 1.5. So because I've already picked Notre Dame for the national championship, that's locked me in on this game,
Yep.
whether I like it or not. And so I will be going with Notre Dame. Who will you go with? Because you are not locked in.
No, but I am now because I'm going Notre Dame. I like the way they're playing.
They are playing well.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of go at odds with you, but I can't. I think
that 1.5. Did I do this wrong? I did the survey wrong.
no, you didn't. Oh yeah, you said Penn State.
I did the survey wrong. Dadgummit.
Notre Dame by 1.5.
Yeah, let me make sure nobody's finished the survey. Nobody's
I
finished the
doubt it.
survey yet. Then I'm gonna fix
I
it real
wouldn't
quick.
think. Yeah, no, I think to me, Notre Dame and Ohio State are playing the best. They're on a roll. People may argue, especially Penn State fans, that Penn State's playing really well. But if you look at like we just talked a few minutes ago, earlier in the show, Penn State played
Yeah, their strength
yeah,
of schedule as
SMU
a
and
conference
Boise
championship
State, yeah,
is not
getting-
looking too great.
Yeah, beating SMU and Boise, so they haven't been tested yet in the playoff. I think Notre Dame, in the first round, Indiana wasn't that tough, but they were tested with Georgia. Even with Georgia's quarterback out, I still think.
While I'm in here, I'm gonna fix the survey order too.
Okay, that was a big win for Notre Dame over Georgia. I don't know. I think Notre Dame still wins even if Beck was in for Georgia. Maybe it's close.
If anything, it's the other way around. It would make it worse.
Well, he was out.
I don't think him being in would have changed.
Would have
anything.
changed anything, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't know that it made it. Yeah.
I don't think he's that. I think you remember what I was talking about hey, if somebody gets paid a lot of money and then they flaunt it, and they're not
Yeah.
really a team player.
Yeah.
I think that was him.
He loved taking pictures of his Porsche.
Yeah.
Porsche.
No, it wasn't a Porsche. It was like a Maserati or
Oh,
something.
was it the Maserati?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I knew it was one of something.
Carson Beck.
Yeah.
So Carson
Lamborghini.
Beck girlfriend shows up first.
And then
And then,
Lamborghini.
oh man, this list, I love Google search. I wanted to do a whole show on nothing but Google search.
Well, we can
Just
with our
putting in
plan.
random. Shh. Not talking about our secret plans. Okay, so we
Notre
bring up
Dame-
Google search. Carson Beck stats shows up first. The second thing that shows up is Carson Beck girlfriend. He must have a good-looking girlfriend, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have a Lamborghini and not have a.
And then you go
Good-looking.
down the list: age, height, injury, NIL,
Yeah.
24/7. I guess that's 24/7 Sports website.
Yeah.
Snapchat. So somebody's looking up his Snapchat. I wonder if they're trying to send him some DMs. Hey Carson, you got a lot of money.
When you're
Let me hit you up on Snapchat.
a quarterback of a major SEC team, people are
he's-
hitting you
He's
up.
getting
on
hit up
Snapchat.
all the
Yeah.
time on Snapchat. And then next is going to be his Lamborghini, and $300,000 Lamborghini.
Yeah.
So he bought a $300,000 car, and apparently he drives this. Now it's not just a Lamborghini. Do you know what kind of Lamborghini this is?
Wasn't it like a SUV?
It's a dang SUV.
Yeah, we looked
Who
at this
buys
before.
a Lamborghini SUV? It's somebody who is looking to say, hey, I got a lot of money. I'm not going to buy the sports car. I got so much money, I'm going to buy the dang SUV.
Yeah. Pretty cool, though. It is.
I'm the quarterback of the team. My other teammates don't get paid the same amount of money as I do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go buy me a Lamborghini, and then I'm going to drive it around in front of their faces.
Just be glad I'm not a quarterback in the SEC. You know what I'd have? A horse. I'd ride a horse in. Do you know how much publicity you'd get? This is my ride.
You can't ride a horse into the dog stadium.
Yeah, you can. I would.
You know, if you're really but there's no quarterback that's that committed to their team. If you're that committed, you go buy a really expensive dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you can't. It can't get you places.
Yeah, I guess I
Well,
can't
unless
lie.
it's a bunch of dog sled horses. I mean, dogs.
Let's see here.
Like
Dog.
if you at Washington.
We're really running down a
Hey,
rabbit hole
if
here.
I was a quarterback at Washington, the Huskies, that's what I'd come in on as a dog sled full of Huskies pulling me.
dog
that's-
sled, yes, yes, right in on the and that's if you're a Seminole, why don't you get a horse? That'd be
Yeah.
that'd fit real well, right? Because the
Yeah,
Seminoles,
you could do that. I mean, SMU, the Mustangs.
There's lots of choices. I guess
Yeah,
there's not
lots
really a
of
lot of
horses.
dog choices though.
No, there is. Remember, like a bunch of bulldogs. We talked about this a few shows ago, and we don't have to go back down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if I've got to get a vehicle, there's no
Shaggin', that's what I would drive.
there's no dog call.
From Dumb and Dumber. That's what I would get if I was the
Oh
bulldog.
yeah,
Carson
so
Beck,
Carson Beck should have bought the
the shaggin' wagon from Dumb and Dumber, the dog van.
Harry's dog van from
Yep.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dude, how awesome. That's what I'm talking about. If I'm a big time quarterback, I'm riding in on a horse or I'm buying that.
I'm doing something exciting and fun. I mean, you
Yes.
got loads of cash and you're doing boring things like buying Lamborghinis that are SUVs just so that you can be fancy pants.
Well, I said it was kind of cool. But
You
not
know,
as cool as the Shaggin'
Not as
Wagon,
cool as the
dude.
Shaggin' Wagon. The Dumb and Dumber Shaggin'
Oh, that would
Wagon.
be so awesome. Driving around in that and winning a Heisman. You got that car. Dude, that would be. That would be great, man.
Only in our dreams, my friend.
I know it.
Only in our
I know it.
dreams.
They're lucky we weren't athletic.
They would have been in trouble, wouldn't they?
You'd have that mask. Well, yeah, for sure.
They would have been in real trouble.
I'd pull up to Club La Vila in that. Could you, dude?
We're going to buy the Shaggin' Wagon whenever we buy Club La Vila. We're going to buy it as a package
our
deal.
car.
Package deal, baby. Package deal.
Man, all we need is
Package
money
deal.
now. That's
We
all
just
we
need-
need.
We need money or a whole bunch of debt. I don't know if anybody will give it to
Yeah,
us. Maybe go to Wall Street, issue bonds for it or something.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
We'll call it the new Club La Vila with the Shaggin' Wagon.
Dude, could you imagine like driving down Panama City, some family, and they're like, "Look at that place. What's that parked out there? Somebody lives there?"
That would
and they
draw
drive-
everybody.
We got a gate up. We don't want nobody getting our shagging wagon. He's got to have a code.
Gotta have a code to get in.
Dude, that is my new dream.
Cry now.
If I win the lottery, I'm moving to Club La Vila. That's our house.
That's our house.
Gosh, I got to win the lottery. And I'm buying the shag. We'll have two of them.
I'm gonna start buying lottery tickets now, just so that we
Yeah.
can have a chance.
Yeah. Dude, that is so cool.
Well, I mean, you know, if Jesus is for Notre Dame, then why can't he be for our Shaggin' Wagon and Club La Vila?
He might.
Who knows?
I think he got a good laugh off that. That'd be cool.
Okay, so
All right.
back to the real world.
Notre Dame, Penn State. I think it's going to be. You know, I
Notre
don't-
Dame covers 1.5.
Yeah, It's a pick 'em basically.
And because it's 1.5, we're going to say Notre Dame covers 2.5. They can't have halves. We've talked about halves.
we have-
They're going to change the rules so that we have halves during
Yeah,
overtime.
Just for you. I wish they would, so you'd shut up about half points. You make me want to bang my head against the wall.
Okay, so moving on. Next game that we're
Yep.
looking at is
So Notre Dame will be facing who?
Notre Dame is going to be facing our boy, Mr. Franklin at Penn State.
No. We're saying they're going to win, so they'll be in the championship game.
Oh, this is the who.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And who will they be facing?
This is
Because
the
we're
who.
both picking Notre Dame.
So I'm going to pick. So this is Ohio State by 5.5. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
still fairly close, but also like it's
a little bit of a
telling.
lean,
Yeah.
lean to Ohio State this time. So
Yeah. Well, the way
you
they're
could argue
playing-
that Texas would play it closer, maybe. Texas could potentially still win, and you could win it with a Texas, but
Yeah, I mean Texas and the way
Ohio State wins by a field goal or something. I don't think that's gonna
Texas
happen.
better get out to a hot start. The way Ohio State's playing, they got to come out. Almost one of those. I want to almost score first.
Was it me, or was it just me, or was it that Texas had not looked too great on the other games that they played?
Well, I think they've played tougher competition. Other than Clemson, I think they had Clemson game locked up and they let off the gas, and then it made it look a little closer at the end. Now they, struggled with Arizona State, but they were up against Arizona State by what was it? It was 24-8 in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
But Clemson was not expected to be in it at all.
No.
And Arizona State, were they the ones that had the running back?
Yes.
that
Yeah. And
Crazy, wild running back?
He did everything he could do to try to win that game. He played well. But if you'll look,
I mean, he was super emotional too, if I remember correctly.
I mean, if you look at the score,
They were only expected to win in the overtime.
so with 10 minutes to go in the game, Texas was up 24-8. I mean, they were,
It was Scattaboo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scattaboo.
Cam
Cam
Scattaboo.
Scattaboo.
Scattaboo, Scattaboo.
What's his
Scattaboo.
name? What's his name? Thinks Scattaboo's got a big head. I never thought about it before, but then I saw it, and I'm like, he does kind of have a big head.
Whew. Feel bad for his mama when he was born.
I mean, he's not a bad-looking dude. Just
No.
proportionately, he
looks
does
like
kind of have a big head.
Well, I bet he's no tall. He's 5'9", maybe 5'10". He's short and stocky.
He's a bulky guy.
Yeah. But I think Ohio State wins this game against Texas. But Texas has been coming out hot early in games.
Yeah, so
Taking the
Arizona
lead,
turned it
so-
on there at the end, huh?
Yeah. I could see Texas I don't know, Ohio State's been jumping early, but I could see where Texas jumps out a little early and then Ohio State comes roaring back and wins by 10 or something. But I don't know. It'd be interesting. I think it'd be a good game, but the way it's hard because Ohio State's blown out both teams they've played.
This one started out at 5, and I entered it in. And since we've started talking about it, talking about 1 point, it went up to 5.5.
Did it?
The Vegas guy said, "Hey, Jared likes the Bob Barker, so
Yeah.
we're gonna do the 5.5."
5.5, yeah. Did you enter it as 5?
I did. It was 5 before the show started.
Oh, yeah, you got it at 5. Well,
It was 5. They watched our show and they decided, "Oh, we're gonna have to make
Yeah.
it 5.5 just so Jared could play the Bob Barker
and it
again."
opened at 5. We'll go with 5. I mean,
Oh no.
no, you want that? you got
No,
you love a
sir.
half point. Golly.
No, sirree. Let me see
Oh,
if
my
anybody's filled out
gosh.
the survey. Hang on, let me see. Somebody's filled out the survey. We can't do it because I don't want them to screw. I don't want
Yeah.
to screw up their
I
survey
don't think
results.
nobody has yet. But yeah, go fill out our survey as we get it picked. Oh,
Somebody completed the survey. I
Oh,
can't make
good.
the change.
good. Was it you?
Wait a second. No, is
No,
this
no.
the estimated time to complete? Maybe nobody's filled out the survey yet.
You don't know what you're looking at.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Analyze results. No responses. Okay, so I'm going to change it.
Yeah. So I'm going to take Ohio State to cover, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't and still win. But
I'm going to take Ohio State to cover by 6.5.
Make sure you don't enter 6.5. Okay, good.
I didn't.
I can just
entered
see you
5.5.
thinking about that.
I was
Enter
thinking
what
about
you-
it. I was.
Yeah, enter
I
what
was
you were thinking in
Thinking
your
about
head.
how excited I was to hear my Bob Barker again.
But hey, you got a Vanderbilt shirt on.
I do. I wore that just
noticed
for
that
you,
in the
honey.
camera. Thank you, sweetheart.
Just for you.
Thank you.
I like turtles.
Okay, I need to. So we're gonna do. Let me redo this. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, you
redo
got
it
to
again.
refresh.
There we go. There we go.
Hmm.
So I'm picking Notre Dame. You're picking Ohio State to win it all,
Yeah, I think Ohio State wins it all.
and then I'm picking Notre Dame to cover,
Yep.
and then we're both picking Ohio State to cover.
Yeah, we're going kind of the same.
Well, and this is an emotional thing. I don't want Texas to go win the national championship in their first year in the SEC.
I kind of do. But
So you're not going to pick Texas, huh?
My
You're not going to
mind
pick with your
thinks-
emotion. You're going to
yeah.
pick with your.
not picking with my heart.
You're going to pick with your brain now. Huh?
Yeah. I don't know that that's any better. You like that minion?
Yeah. Our 1 million, our 2 millions,
2 minions, yeah.
our 2 millions thought it was funny. The audience didn't think it was funny, but the minions
I
thought it was
know.
funny.
Well, I don't want people laughing at me.
No, they find you funny, and the minions find me funny. Is that that's saying something about what's really happening here?
Yeah. So, man, overall, hate to say it's been disappointing. College football playoff.
You think so?
I don't think. I think
All the hype up
overall-
to it has been great.
I think it's all been great with the talk and
I wish we'd have more Cinderella stories. I don't feel like we got any Cinderella stories.
You really didn't. I'll say kudos to Arizona State. They played a tough game.
Played hard at the end.
But yeah, there's no necessary Cinderella. I would say I am a little surprised by Notre Dame. That would be my maybe surprise.
They played really hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't like that. I felt like they played really hard against Georgia. I don't know that they played. I felt like they didn't play super hard against Indiana, but at the same
they
time,
beat the snot out of them, though.
but it didn't look like they had to play hard. That was what I was about to say. It didn't look like they had to.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not bemoaning Indiana as much. Okay, maybe I am.
Yeah.
Maybe I am. I don't know that Indiana deserved to be there either.
Yeah,
But, you know, that people would say the same thing about Tennessee. I don't know that Tennessee deserved to be there with Ohio State manhandled them. So,
yeah, no. I mean, you really...
of course, if you look at Tennessee's losses, you sit there and say, well, I mean, they lost to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as soon as they lost to Arkansas, my gut kind of said this season's over.
Really? Oh, yeah, but they turned...
Because the old school way of thought was, if you're going to play for a national championship, you got to pretty much go undefeated.
Yeah.
Or you lose to a big team.
Now, 2 losses you can get in.
Yeah. So
2 losses
the world
you can
of
get in.
I got to be undefeated to win a national championship. Those days are over.
No, Oregon was the only undefeated, and I mean, you see where that...
It didn't get them anywhere.
No, was Boise State undefeated? No, they lost to Oregon. Yeah, Oregon was the only undefeated. So,
Yep.
as long as you keep it under two and under losses, I think you're fine. And you
have a chance.
For your bigger schools, you can't lose 2 and be North Texas. You're not getting in. Losing 2 games at North, being something like that.
Was North Texas? Can they win their conference championship?
Yeah, I think they were in with Tulane. That conference and American Conference.
Mean Green football.
Yeah.
You can't win that conference though.
American Athlete. Yeah.
The AAC.
Mm-hmm.
Who won the AAC? You can't win that conference and go to the.
You can if you go undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated.
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
just said, hey, you lose.
No, and I said with 2 losses, if you're North Texas, you're not getting in.
Yeah.
Because Tulane won it.
And how many losses they had? What, Tulane?
3, I
Wow,
believe.
Tulane had 3 losses. 2 losses.
Oh, 2. No.
North Texas Mean Green had 3 losses.
No, Tulane overall.
Oh, Tulane at the end.
Yeah. Had 3 losses.
And then they got smoked by Florida.
Yeah,
33
Florida
to
beat
8.
the tar out of them. And then Ole Miss beat did you see that last week? Ole
Lost
Miss.
to Memphis, Army.
Yep.
Interesting. And Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah. That was I just feel like that's how you had to say it, right? I meant to hit the line. Is that not how you say it?
Well, no, I'm not saying about how you say it. I'm saying they lost to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's terrible.
Oh.
Then I sit there and I say that, and Oklahoma beat Alabama.
Oklahoma. That's a musical, isn't it?
Wait a second. What does this button do?
Here's the 411, folks.
Oh,
Say
God.
some gangsta is dissing your fly
What?
girl.
That has nothing
Just
to
give
do
him one of these.
The gangster that dissed the fly girl
Yeah.
was Oklahoma beating Alabama.
Oh, Alabama's the fly girl.
I don't know. We need to take that button off. It doesn't really do anything. In response to that,
There you go. Yeah, so fun year overall. Just because it wasn't something new, no one knew what to expect. So there's a lot of talk, a lot of arguing, a lot of debate.
well, and the most exciting part of this year was the fact that you and I were together the whole time.
Oh, I don't know what to put. No. There we go.
I like turtles.
Yeah.
Or this one.
It's not very heartfelt.
I don't know. Do we have any heartfelt? We don't have anything heartfelt on
That-
here.
I like
That's
turtles.
as
That's as
heartfelt.
close as it gets.
What's that one? We're together on a beach.
I guess that is kind of heartfelt.
Yeah. No.
You keep referring to that as a beach. I can't ever see it that way. I see it as the SpongeBob, but
Yeah, but isn't that? Boy, that's Hawaiian type.
it is kind of Hawaiian. But that's also kind of a SpongeBob thing, right?
Yeah,
Because
they're under the sea.
under the sea, the ocean, yeah.
That was a Little Mermaid, wasn't it? Under the sea.
the sea,
Under the
sea.
ocean. You just sang it a little bit. I don't
Life is better. Loving is better. Blah, 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 blah.
And Kiss the Girl.
That's
Kiss
a
the
different
girl.
song, though.
Yeah, but it's in the Little Mermaid wheelhouse.
You're on like a little mermaid tantrum here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are we going to go after this? Oh, that's a secret. Shh.
Yeah.
So just then that brings up another thing.
Probably a little
So
more of that talk right there.
if our friends actually do watch this show later, which
Yeah.
I would hope they do, but
Oh, people
who
will.
knows? People will. Somebody will.
Yeah.
We'll have our one imaginary audience watch it, along with the one person who's watching it. Thank you so much, Mama.
Yes. Thank you, Mom.
But so just in case somebody does watch it, just so you know, we're going to do one more show. We'll do the Thursday show right before the national championship. Because I think the national championship is on a Monday. Is it not?
It has been for the last a lot of years, but I assume they're going to do the same again.
Somebody was telling me they couldn't believe how far back the games have been pushed.
Yeah, Monday.
But it feels like that the national championship was on the 20th last year too, was it not?
No, I don't think it was that far out. I think it's been pushed out by
Super
a
Bowl's
week.
always been pushed out that long though, right?
Yeah, Super Bowl's.
Super Bowl's always been late January.
It's now
right?
it's the first. It's now the second week. It's into February. It had been the first weekend in February for a while. But yeah.
So late January for the championship, college football championship.
Now
That's late.
I don't. Yeah, it used to be maybe like the 10th. Well, heck, it used to be just soon after. You know, when the bowl games and stuff and BCS, it would be like the 4th.
Yeah, it was really early.
Yeah, right after usually you'd have New Year's Day bowls and then maybe.
Actually, I know exactly when it was. Because the first
Last year?
BCS bowl,
Oh, you posted some. Yeah,
I did.
we
The first BCS bowl was won by Tennessee in 1998.
Yeah,
And I posted something in honor of it on the day of.
yeah,
What did that was just recently too.
yes, I saw that. Look at us,
Can't believe you posted that funny picture.
January the 4th.
On this,
Or-
yep.
yeah.
January. So that was January the 4th. Was
Yep.
so I was just seeing it in a delay. So it was early.
Yeah.
So the first BCS national championship game was January 4th.
So we would already know who a national champion was 30 years ago, 26 years ago.
On the 4th, which was
Because this is
4
the
days
8th.
ago.
Yeah,
And now we have to wait till the 20th.
yeah. They've added more games. I think.
It is fun though having more games. I like more games.
Who did Tennessee beat in the SEC championship
Florida
that
State?
year?
Oh, that year
SEC.
SEC championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blanking. I don't remember.
Was it LSU?
Might have been.
It wasn't Alabama. I think it was.
But see, this right here, this conversation right now, validates your
Mississippi
comment about how unimportant the SEC championship really is. That's a shame.
Yeah, now. But
The title of SEC champion is more important than, oh, I beat so-and-so in the SEC championship game.
Yeah. Well, back then, if you didn't win the SEC championship, there was no way.
Oh, you were never going to go to the
national
national championship. You had to win it all.
Yeah.
You had to win
Mississippi
it
State.
all. Oh, Mississippi State. And they're down this year.
Oh, they've been down a while.
Well, this was back in 98. So
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yep. Yepers. So.
Jackie Sherrill was Mississippi State's coach back then. Mississippi State's been through a few coaches since then, haven't they?
Oh, man. Yeah.
They've been through it. Well, Mississippi State had some losses. A lot of losses. How did this happen?
Well, Oklahoma State was a non-conference, and then...
They lost to LSU. They lost to Kentucky. They lost to Tennessee.
But that's before
Texas.
Tennessee. And
Tennessee was the
National-
championship.
Yeah, so they only
So they had 2 losses in the SEC,
SEC.
and still went to the SEC
won the SEC
championship.
West. Yeah. Well, yeah, because they won the West. Now, I bet if you looked up that year, if it was all one, they would not have gone to the championship. It would have been Tennessee, and look that up. Look at the standings for SEC.
If they had all, I'm sorry, run that by me again.
So if there wasn't an East-West,
I
bet they wouldn't have gone to the championship.
Yeah, because that was back in the era when the East was the powerhouse,
Tennessee,
right?
Florida.
Because Tennessee and Florida and Georgia were all in the East, and was Georgia was good back then too. It seemed like.
Yeah. Oh, there's the standings right there. So, yeah, it would have been Tennessee, Florida.
Florida was 7-1.
Yep.
So Tennessee and Florida would have played for the
Yeah.
SEC championship.
That's kind of cool to look back. Like if you just
I
went
don't know.
back,
That kind of changes my opinion about the conference, the divisions.
I don't. Was it change? Yeah, let me ask that first before I make my comment.
So I used to like divisions. I used to think the divisions were great. But looking at this, I sit there and say, man, I would have loved to see a rematch of Tennessee versus Florida.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, because that's
And
what,
I would have remembered that game a lot better than I would have remembered Tennessee versus Mississippi
well,
State.
and then people would say that then with the divisions you didn't get the 2 best teams in the SEC in the SEC championship,
Yep.
which back then made that Tennessee Florida game.
Much bigger.
You could have said this is winner.
Well,
this
for
has
Tennessee, though, that year, that was after Peyton had lost to Florida
year
over and
before.
over. It's
Yeah,
almost like back whenever
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, I'm
Back
having a look
whenever-
over there.
this is us here.
Yeah. But
Back
that
when
was-
so
yeah.
you remember back whenever
I just can't look at you.
when Peyton was there, Peyton could never beat Florida.
He never did in 4 years.
And that year when Tennessee beat Florida was when they tore down the goalposts.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest, and it's almost like Michigan with Ohio State right now.
Yeah, because they've lost 4, right? Ohio
And
State.
you know,
has?
next year the crazy thing is it going to be at Ohio State? It will not be. It will be at
At
Michigan.
Michigan. So they'll have to try to win at Michigan.
And then they're going to try to tear down Michigan's goalposts after Michigan tried to stab the.
They may start a
flag
fight.
in the-
Yeah. That might be interesting to watch that game.
Just to
Yeah.
watch the ending.
Yeah, to see. Now, if Michigan wins, then, but
It ain't gonna matter, but
yeah. So that would
but
be
I
interesting.
mean, you look at Ryan Day now. They're gonna be watching that game like a hawk. Everybody's gonna be watching that game. After all the drama around him losing to Michigan for so many years.
Yeah, but if he wins a national, would that be crazy? If
Win
they
a national
fired him a
championship?
year after.
And then you lose to Michigan again, and they fire you right after you lose to
Yeah,
Michigan.
I don't think you fire him if he look. You know,
There's a lot of pissed off Ohio State fans.
I know they don't like losing to Michigan, but
I'm opening up my second PBR at this point.
are you? My nose itches. Yeah, I don't know. That would be.
Oh, thank you, by the way. I appreciate you bringing me these tall
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
That's what I needed today.
I-
Closing week at Kroger's stressful.
That's what I hear. Word on the street is
Yeah, for this bag boy, it's
the bagger. Yeah, bag him groceries.
bagging
this
them
week's
groceries. It's a little
I
stressful.
bet it is 2 days before the snowpocalypse. I bet
Oh yeah.
I went ate at Publix right here.
I feel
off-
sorry for the baggers at Kroger.
Man,
right before
the grocery
snowplow. It's
stores have
bad.
been packed today.
It's bad.
Yep.
Gotta be burnt.
Get your
bad,
milk
bad.
and bread and
You better get it. Mm-hmm. Get it now while you can before it's all gone.
yeah,
Toilet paper. That's the other big one.
toilet paper. Yeah, yeah.
I already stocked up on my toilet paper. A lot of pooping going on at our house.
Got a lot of people.
A lot of people pooping.
Oh man.
And you know, if you need to poop before you leave, I got toilet paper.
Thanks. Can I take a roll with me?
You do what you got to do, brother.
Oh man, take a roll with me.
Oh, I can't believe we're talking about this.
So just to let you know, like if I don't, because we try to adjust for the
So,
cameras.
Thursday before the 20th, we're going to have a show, yes?
Yeah. But what I was saying is, if you don't see me when you're talking to me, looking at you, I'm actually gonna try to look more at you in the camera.
Wait a second. So which camera are we look? That's the camera right now then. Oh, well, no, wait a
Yeah.
second. There's the camera
There it
now.
is. Yeah. But I'm gonna try when
So,
we're talking.
so just so you know, audience, we have these little $50 cameras in here. These are not, we're not in massive big time studio.
lie to them.
Oh,
We
okay.
ain't cheap.
Well, we are big money with
Massive
our one penny that we
production.
found in the couch.
Yeah.
And so all these cameras do not have little lights on them telling us which one we're supposed to look at.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. There's no red light.
no red light special here.
That's TLC for you '90s followers of us.
Yeah, but TLC got it from something else. But this is a kid show,
A family show.
family show.
Yeah.
That's correct. A family,
Family show. Sometimes.
show. Family shows.
No. All the time.
Okay, so
I think
so
we're good.
Next Thursday, same bad time, same bad channel for our normal show.
Yep.
I know this is a Wednesday night show, but normally a Thursday show.
Yeah.
And then after the national championship, we will actually be having another cap it off the season show,
Yep.
where we'll be drinking lots of PBR and
The after season cap show. That's what you said, right?
after season
Okay.
cap
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. That's smart.
After the natty, cap
Yeah.
off the season.
Mm-hmm.
Finish it up, and then we're also going to talk about the future.
How we move forward.
That's right. So we just like being together so much that we're probably going to do some other stuff after the
We'll be together some more.
natty. And honestly, there's a lot of other sports stuff to talk about
A lot of other sports.
because Tennessee is still number one,
in basketball. Yeah.
even though they just lost. Did you see that?
Did they just? Yeah. Who
It's
did
their first loss. They were
tonight,
undefeated.
or last night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tennessee just lost. So
But yeah. So there's
if you
a
haven't
lot
watched that basketball game, too late, too sour, too sorry. I didn't mean to bust your bubble.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Wee. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, plenty of sports, college sports, all kinds of sports to talk about. And then you know how we like to go down rabbit holes. We may come up with a total non-sports, non-SEC topic to talk about.
Who knows?
Yeah.
They lost to their arch nemesis, Florida. The
Oh.
Gators. Chomp, chomp.
Man, speaking of the basketball this year in SEC, they're very good.
But they did not lose to MTSU.
Yep. See, even though Derek Mason don't even coach basketball, he still makes everything bad.
Everything in MTSU looked bad.
Yeah.
That's
He's
terrible.
rubbing off on the other teams. No, I think
I
he's
need
an
MTSU to do better. I need MTSU to do better because I got a lot of kids going down there. So
Oh, 2 now?
I got 2 now. So, and I think the third one will be there. So they need to get their show together.
Well, as long as their academics is good. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters because it's all about the money.
Yeah. Money. Yep. But no, I always give crap about. I think Derek Mason's probably a good dude.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
I don't care if you're a nice guy if you can't win,
Yeah. If you can't, yeah.
especially if you're getting paid $1 million to win.
Just be a coordinator, defensive coordinator. That's what he's good at. Coordinating, not head coaching.
I don't know how we ran down that rabbit hole.
Because we saw that.
Because this ain't SEC. This is an SEC show, not a
Oh,
a Derek Mason show.
Well, we were looking
Although
at.
I guess it is still connected to SEC because it's all connected to SEC.
Yeah, it's all connected. They all.
Because
yeah.
he got let go from Vandy.
Yep.
Because
That's right.
he needed to be a defensive coordinator.
And he was at Auburn. He bounced a couple before he wound up at MTSU.
How did he do at Auburn when he was defensive coordinator?
I don't know what Auburn did there. He was only there a year, I believe. At Auburn. I don't know how long.
MTSU Blues.
21, just for a year at Auburn. What was their record?
Is
That
this going
year.
to take me to that year, though? It's not going to take me to that year. Auburn 2021. So let's see here.
Yeah.
Oh, Google. Auburn football 2021. They were so bad that they did not have a page. Nope, there was one.
Yeah, they got a page always.
Always
They
got a
were 6 and 7.
3 and 5 in the SEC.
Yep. That's not a good year.
Second to the bottom. Yeah, his record's not looking very good, even as a defensive coordinator there.
He was good at Stanford.
Yeah, but Stanford's not the SEC.
That's true.
Vanderbilt, let's see, Vanderbilt head coaching record for Derek Mason. Does it show it on here? I thought he took him to a bowl, didn't he? Take him to a bowl? one
Yeah,
year?
couple, three bowl games. But his last 2 years, his last 2 years were awful. I think he won 2 games in 2 years.
Well, one of the things that I remember from the last 2 years was he played a girl.
The kicker.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time. That was the big publicity that year for Vanderbilt, who went 0-8.
Yeah, the COVID year, was it? Yeah.
And the only thing they had to say was, we let girls into college football.
Yeah.
Which I was excited. That's fine. But
Yeah. That's funny. She played, she got in the game, and the next day he was fired.
Yep. Yep. So he played a girl and got fired.
That's a funny joke.
The audience didn't think so.
Yeah, there they are. They had to
Hey,
think
Derek, you played a girl and then you got
Yeah,
fired,
yeah.
buddy. So the only thing you had going for you was what do they call it? The DEA or DIO or DEO
oh,
or
yeah.
the equality stuff?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Football, women are just not as big as men.
Well, I think, though, they can it could work as a kicker. But
As a kicker, yeah,
but-
that's
but
fine.
Even what
Because a
would...
kicker can't get hit.
Well, no, they can. Like on kickoffs.
They can, but they get penalized, don't they?
No, not on a run back. Because there's...
Oh yeah,
Like,
because kickers have to stop.
the
They're the
kick
last
return-
resort to stop the returner.
In kick return, there's if someone goes, hey, who's blocking the kicker? Especially if we break down field.
Somebody's got to block the kicker.
And could you imagine, like, if that's the one person left?
But she was the field goal kicker, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't let her.
I don't think she did a kickoff.
Okay, to this point, no, she didn't. So I went and watched a high school game this year. It was Clarksville Academy was playing MJCA. They had a girl kicker, and she made like 4 or 5 extra, pretty good. They were extra points, but I mean, it was like, oh, that would have been good.
Oh,
from
spot
30.
on.
Yeah, they were good kicks, and she did kickoffs, and this is very
She
smart.
didn't tackle on the kickoff. Huh?
No, you know what she did?
Ran the other way.
No, as soon as she kicked it, a dead sprint beeline to the sideline, every time.
Oh, so she wouldn't get hit.
I would say the coach said as soon
Don't-
because
we don't want you getting hit.
yes, because dudes, somebody's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go.
Somebody's gonna act crazy.
Oh, she wants to be on the field. Watch it. They
Let me
get a
give her
free
a piece
shot.
of action.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know that was what.
That's terrible.
Well, I mean,
But that's
yeah,
guys. That is
that's
what it
gonna
is.
happen. Somebody.
And they're also sitting here saying, well, she shouldn't be out here in the first place.
Yeah, and this is why somebody would, and it may have happened. That may be why the coach. I don't know, through the whole year. This was the last game of the year for both teams, so
People tried to hit her.
it may have happened for. I don't know.
Tried to
Maybe
tackle
it
her.
didn't. Yeah, she may have took one big old lick, and then they were like, "Okay, here's
said,
what we're
"Forget
gonna do." Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not,
But
but
is that an illegal penalty if one of the players runs off the field?
no, no.
It's only if you've got the ball.
No, you just run out of bounds. Play's over. If you got the ball and run out of bounds, it ain't.
But what I'm saying is, like, if one of the
Oh.
participants runs out off the field,
Yeah, you just can't. If you run
you
off
can't
the field,
come back on.
if you come back on, you can't be the first to touch the ball. I think's the rule.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, no.
Yeah, because I guess there's potential where somebody could run off the field by mistake, like just 1 foot goes off the field,
Yes.
and they want to try to get back. They're still trying to be in the play.
Yeah. That happens a lot on punt returns, especially punt returns because they're pushing them out. If you can't willingly go out and come back in, I think, if you're pushed out, but you got to get back in, make an effort to
speaking
get
of
back
that,
in.
Did you see that crazy play where somebody took their whole team out and then put a whole nother team back in?
Yeah, that was Notre Dame. Was that
Yeah.
Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kirby Smart lost.
He was like, "Oh, that's illegal. That's
He can't-
illegal.
Yeah, you could read his lips. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that." I don't know. Is that something in the rules where you can't mass substitution everybody?
Apparently
Obviously, the
yeah.
ref said that wasn't the case.
because I bet because coaches will do this before a game, they will ask the refs, "Hey, like if they got something like that, a crazy play, a lot of times they'll check with the refs beforehand."
The NCAA rulebook states that you can't substitute more than 11 players while the ball is in play.
Well, you can
Wow.
Only, you can only yeah.
And he substituted everybody.
I bet it wasn't everybody. Because if you got offensive linemen out there blocking,
I'm going to go back and watch that.
you'd have to look at. I guarantee
That
you
was an illegal play then.
No, he just ran. No, he ran them all over to the sidelines and not and.
And had one player stay in bounds? Oh, then this up here
Yeah.
says you can mass substitute colleges
Yeah.
in college football 2025 dynasty mode. This is a video, game.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
The NCAA rulebook says
Yeah.
that you cannot mass substitute more than
Yeah,
11
read it again.
players. The NCAA
But
rulebook states.
no. Read in the air the quotations while the ball is in play.
While the ball is in
I didn't
play.
know you could substitute. That means the play's going on. Why?
So you can substitute while the play's going on?
No, it's saying you can't. You can't substitute while ball is in play. Well, duh, right? Oh, is it?
It's really unfortunate. So this is Kirby Smart. I
Yeah.
want to hear this.
Saying,
Is this really him? This looks kind of fake.
no, that's him.
Is this a deep fake?
No, I don't know.
This can't be a deep fake.
No.
Are we
no,
really
this
going to
is-
go there?
No,
Let's see
I don't
here.
know.
Let's see here. Oh, I can't get this to change over here.
I would like to go back. I was watching the play at the time.
I want to hear what this is here.
Yeah. He's saying you can't run 11 on and 11 off.
Yeah, didn't want to because they were going. That's what they wanted. They wanted us to burn time out there and try to do it, and then we subbed. So it's really unfortunate because I've been told by our head officials in the SEC that you can't do that. You can't run 11 on, 11 off. We did it in 2017 against Tennessee. We've carried that. We practiced that and rep that because teams try to do it, and we were told by officials you could not do that. And
He says they've practiced that and they've repped that.
our defense out there, fine. I mean, I would have gone for it if I was them. So I don't think they were planning on going for it. They were going to hard count us, and we prepare for that. We do it every week, and we jumped all sides. But
Yeah, it's
we
your
also
fault.
told you couldn't do that in our league.
So
You're not
ultimately,
in your league, Jack.
he's saying that, hey, the reason why is because, hey, we jumped off sides. Otherwise, I would have said, hey, that's wrong. And at the beginning, he claimed that the reason why he didn't use a timeout was because he didn't want to burn a timeout on it.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have burned one either right there.
Was there a thought to call a timeout there when you guys were done?
Yeah, didn't want to because they were going. That's what they wanted. They wanted us to burn time out
Yeah.
and try to do it, and then we subbed. So it's really unfortunate because I've been told
Yeah, he
by,
wasn't-
our head officials.
he wasn't
in
gonna
the
call a
SEC, you can't do
timeout.
that. You can't run 11 on, 11 off. We did it in 2017 against Tennessee. We've carried that. We practiced that and rep that because teams try to do it, and we were told by officials you could not do that. And so we were trying to say you couldn't do it. We got our defense out there. We were fine. I mean, I would have gone for it if I was them. So I don't think they were planning on going for it. They were going to hard count us, and we prepare for that. We do it every week, and
You just
jump off sides.
messed up.
But we also were told you couldn't do that in our league.
Big
Was there a
baby.
thought to call a timeout there?
So you couldn't do that in our
They didn't want to
league.
because they were going to.
That's what he claims.
So he's claiming that in Notre Dame's non-league that they can do it.
Well, he's just saying the SEC officials that he asked said you couldn't do it. I mean, is he making that up? Because there's no record. When did he ask? Like, you know what I mean? Like, did he ask?
But the other part of it is that just what we just said. When I Googled it, it said, no, you can't. And then you go, oh, well, the ball is in play. Well, if the ball's on the field, is that ball in play? What is classified as while the ball is in
That's
play?
what you'd have to. I mean, I read it. I didn't make it up. That's what I read that you Googled. It said while ball's in play. Like, so you got to specify what that means. Is the play clock, once it starts, that means
That was actually from that post. So somebody may have put that in there.
Yeah.
That may not actually be from the SEC rule book.
Yeah.
Mass subs are back.
There you go.
But this is all related to the video game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that'll be something we can look up at another time, but I
In
think
real life college football, there is no mass substitution option.
but
But formation specific substitutions are common.
So what does that mean?
So
I
they're
don't
claiming
know.
the same thing. You can't mass sub.
Yeah.
So he's saying, hey, I was right, and they shouldn't have done that. But because of the fact that my guys were offsides, I didn't have a chance to
Yeah.
argue it.
But yeah, no, that's right. But they would have let the play clock. They would have got to delay a game and then punted. And I think that's what they were going to do. I don't think they were going to run a play.
So as long as they didn't snap the ball,
Yeah,
then it didn't matter.
yeah. And the thing is,
But when they saw Georgia offsides, they're like, "Ooh, snap the ball
oh
quick!"
yeah, the center, yeah,
Center
doing a
says, "Oh,
hard
they're
count.
offside. Let's go."
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
their plan all
Yeah.
along.
Yeah. So, I just
And if Georgia hadn't run offsides, they probably would have called a timeout.
yeah, and then punted away. But they were still down 2 scores, right? So, I mean, whatever. You lost, Kirby.
You lost, Kirby. You lost, buddy.
Yeah.
You made the SEC look shame.
Well,
Shame. That's what I need to do. I need to get the sound from Game of Thrones where they're all shame. Shame.
yeah.
This is a family show.
he
Nobody's
ain't
going to
the-
know about that.
He ain't the first to make.
Make the SEC look bad.
Yeah, Alabama, Tennessee. Who else in the SEC? South Carolina.
Not Vanderbilt this year, though.
Nope. They won a bowl game.
They won a bowl game.
Yeah.
Did South Carolina not win their bowl game?
Nope. Illinois beat them. It was a close, but Illinois beat them. But
What a shame.
yeah,
Shame. Shame.
it
Well,
was a fun show.
another exciting show. Another great time here
Gonna
with
be-
my boy,
Yeah.
Mr. Michael Clay.
I'm probably going to go
Final
Notre
Four.
Dame because Indiana, they're one big good team they played.
Oh, yeah. That
was
does.
Ohio State, and they got rolled, right?
They got
Now,
rolled. yeah.
I don't know if Notre Dame is Ohio State.
Notre Dame did have a better strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Notre Dame should go to the Big Ten. You know, Pablo Mac, I thought about that too, but Jason pointed out that Notre Dame actually already plays all of their other sports. I believe it's in the ACC.
Yeah.
And so he was thinking that they're probably going to go ACC.
Geographically,
they're
it
already-
makes sense.
Well, but
For Big
remember,
Ten.
ACC now is the All
Yeah.
Coast Conference,
Yeah.
not the.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they need to do: make overtime points half points.
Watch them do that one.
Overtime now will be half points. Then you always know when it's an overtime game if they do half points.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, no, actually, you wouldn't, right? If they do 2 half points.
No, because if they
2 overtimes. It's not going to work.
Chicago deep dish, Giordano's is the best pizza place in my mind. Deep dish pizza, that's the best. Now that could start a huge
Huge debate.
because then you got people from New York. Oh, New York
yeah,
pizza.
yeah,
It's
We need Coast Guard and Space Force to have a football team.
Space Force is a bunch of Elon Musk guys. They're not going to
No,
be very
come
good.
on now. I mean, you got to be stout to be up in space, bro. You got to be stout. Like, come on. They got to go through some serious training. Yeah.
But what I would say is show the record of against 500 and below teams. Like that was to favor Alabama right there.
Yeah, it was
That-
that was an Alabama story right there.
Because if
wasn't
you look at that, you go, well, oh, they have a better record against above 500 teams, 5-1.